This one thing will help you change everything. I'm Dom Jackson, David A. Media, and this is the 7 Day Scoop Show, my weekly show where I document my career and decisions that I'm making. Your ventures trying to pursue, where I use my story and my ventures to help motivate you. Update on the Car Keys Express venture to getting my own van. Rough week this week, guys. We ended up getting 1,245 out of 2,000 points in the store this week, out of town, out in Indiana. We did pretty well 4 weeks ago when we were at the store. We didn't hit 2,000, but we were close to it. But this week we had a whole different team. Some vets, one of the newer guys too. There being 4 of us, we didn't perform at the level that we should have. Me in particular, I got like 126 instead of the 500 or the 700 points I'd be trying to shoot for normally. And with that, there's a couple different things that I learned this week. One is, how important preparation is. Obviously, preparation is key, but, some of the chords got forgotten before we got there. Certain pieces of things weren't done. We didn't have paperwork set up before, we had to go out and get that printed. It's like little things that we should have been on top of before we left for the trip, we're on top of. So to fix that, I'm making a prep list now that I'm gonna go through every time before we go. So I have one for myself daily, but now I have one for the team as well, so that, the whole operation is going good. Second thing was, for me personally, I made the change I was going to change, but I didn't practice enough to be good at it. So one of the things I've been in the process of solving or changing is that I stopped showing people the iPad as much, because I found that people buy better when they get the information from me versus on the screen. So in this video, this is what I do now, whether it's on my phone or with the iPad, and I just have the key on there, but I am telling them the information. Now, with that change, it's hard to deliver it because I don't always know the price of the key off the top of my head. Some keys I didn't know off the top of my head, and sometimes I didn't look at the key price before I showed them the screen. So there's a little bit of a little fumbling of the bag every time. That happened a good amount of times. I was like, oh, what's happening? I'm like, oh, I changed my pitch. And when you change your pitch, it's a whole different game, because you're not doing something you've done 1,000 times. You're doing something you've done like 100 times. Even if the words and information are the same, if you're not doing anything the exact same systematic way, you're gonna mess up. Now with that, I just have to practice more with the other one. So like, this is one of those long-term shifts where like, hey, I lost this week, but once I have the skill set down, by the end of the month, next time we go back over there, I'll have it down. So I get to work on that over the next couple of weeks and work on that in my practice time. So like, that's like the next set of evolutions. Like, all right, I'm gonna make a pivot to fix this problem that I have. And by fixing this problem, I now have a whole new set of things to practice throughout the week. So, the peaks and valleys of how well you do as a team and how well you do as an individual come on what you're practicing before. So the results that you're having currently come from what you've done, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago. And all those things correlate to the present now. You're just a combination of your past decisions coming to this point in time currently. So I deserve what I got this trip. Team deserves what we got this trip. With that, being out of town, I had some time to really work on my systems for the actual practicing the habits that I'm doing. So I have a Google Sheet set up with like things I actually check. So now every single Monday, today actually, because I record these the same day that you see them, I have a list of all the things that I track now. So like how many pitches I did, how many videos I watched on my skill, how many practice pitches I did, how many sales. So like I have all like my practice metrics that I need to be hitting every single day. And I did not hit all of them. I didn't watch certain videos, and I didn't learn some things today. I didn't watch certain videos, and I did not, there's a couple days I didn't practice pitch, which is good and bad. Obviously the goal is to do this amount and make that the standard so that I'm at that consistent moment. Same way you would train your body a certain amount of ways, you have to train your business side of things. So now I started the process of doing it. Now the next step is making sure I make the habit stick. So it's either A, doing it with something I already do very strongly. So maybe like after I brush my teeth or before I do this. So it's already into a strong loop, following the following the Atomic Habits framework. Make it consistent, make it easy. So do it with something I already have a strong habit loop for. Like I meditate every day, so I might do it after my meditation. There's just things that I know that I'll do. If I tie it to that thing, I'll do it automatically. Or I give it a set routine that I do for it. And when I do that routine, I eat something sweet afterwards, or I eat something good, or like I'll make a little reward process for myself so that I also have something that I already have a strong correlation and strong like passion and habit loop for. And then I have something that I'm like learning to get that passion for. Then I can fuse that energy I have for them together by making that something I do afterwards. So that's like the psychology behind it and the thought process of it, so that I can A, learn that for myself and get better. Then B, I can have you do that for my team too, so we can make that part of the process. Knowing what I'm tracking is also a very big thing now, because like now that I track everything weekly on Mondays, I can just like assess, hey, to this, to this, to this, and I know I'm gonna look for it. I know what to look for going forward. So I think I'm gonna start tracking everything on a daily basis as well, to see if I can just get that mentality of like, this is what I'm focused on. This is what I'm focused on every single day. I already check my bank account and my bank balance every single day. So that's a big habit that I got from Hermosi. And, just like whatever I'm going for, just have some kind of metric to track it every single day. So I'm just in the habit of thinking about it all the time. That way, all the bigger things now have like a smaller component that I can focus on the day to day. For instance, how many times I did this version of the pitch, me showing the screen, and it actually worked. So get the numbers for that. So it's a new set of things for me to track while I'm doing it, so I can adjust and grow while my external output may not be at the level that it needs to. My internal systems are still taking place. And this is like the biggest wow of like, oh, I hate going to the gym, or I hate working, or I hate whatever you're doing. The process of changing and evolving is going to be hard, because you have to do things you've never done before, which requires a level of like thinking about it. Instead of going to your normal reaction, you have to go to a new set of things that you may not always do. And doing that is huge. So you just got to figure out ways to get yourself to get it done. So my answer to that currently is have my weekly checklist, which I already do currently. And now I'm going to have a daily one that I do of just like, hey, maybe 3 things like this, 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 and this. I still have to figure out what it's going to be. But I'll have that in the next video, what that actually goes down looking like. But the daily checklist of here, here, and here, to keep me on track for the weekly checklist, so I can just be like fully like boom, 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 boom. And I mean, it fits in everything that I say, but as always, take it one step at a time. You'll get there day by day.